the ocean in her eyes, the story of the diamond hearts. Chapter 5. The Star of Komoku sets sail. The morning of departure arrived with no ceremony. There were no banners, no brass bands, no waving crowds like in the old films. Just the rising sun, casting pale gold across the harbor, and the vessel that waited like a sleeping god, the Star of Komoku. From the village cliffs, the ship looked almost unreal, curved like a crescent moon, its decks layered in teak and tempered glass, its silhouette smooth and strangely organic. It did not glint like a warship or roar like a ferry. It hummed, softly, like it knew songs the world had forgotten. And it was waiting for Lena. She stood at the shoreline in a plain white dress. Not the dress of a bride. Not the dress of a queen. Just linen. Just clean. Her aunt fussed behind her, pressing dried lavender into her palm and whispering blessings half spoken, half prayed. Nearby, the elders murmured uncertainly. Most villagers stood at a distance, watching. Wondering. 50 islanders had chosen to go. Most young. A few old. Curious, bold, or simply aching for change. Kaleo, notably, remained behind. He stood high on the dock post, arms folded, eyes hard. Kai waited at the ship's ramp, dressed not in finery but in loose travel clothes, barefoot, steady. When Lena finally approached, he held out his hand. She hesitated. Not out of doubt, but out of gravity. This was not a fairy tale walk into a sunset. It was a passage, a crossing, a line drawn in salt and soul. She took his hand. They boarded together. The ship's interior was unlike anything Lena had imagined. It wasn't cold or sterile. It wasn't all steel and command centers. Instead, it felt alive. The walls pulsed with soft, indirect light. Living plants grew in wall gardens. The halls curved instead of cut. There was no captain's chair, no bridge open to scrutiny. Instead, there was a central chamber, a circular room called the heart. Inside the heart, maps shimmered in 3 dimensions. Tides pulsed on screens. Music played gently, as if from under the floor. Kai guided Lena through it all. This ship is part of a dream I had long before I met you, he said. But I didn't know the shape of it until now. She raised an eyebrow. You built a ship. For me? No, he said gently. I built a ship for the people who've been told to be small. You're just the one who reminded me why. For days, the voyage was calm. The Star of Komoku glided across the water like a shadow wrapped in song. The islanders explored her decks, their doubts melting into awe. Workshops began. Sessions on storytelling, ancestral mapping, ocean navigation, reef restoration. There were songs at sunset. Dances by lantern light. Lena began to see herself in a new light. Not as someone chosen, but as someone becoming. She found joy in teaching the younger girls shellcraft, found strength in helping the crew chart stars using only memory and moonlight. She laughed more, slept deeper. But questions still lingered in the corners of her mind, like shadows not quite dispelled. Why this ship? Why now? And what, exactly, had Kai run from before he came to her? One night, the ship entered a fog. Thick, ghostly, soundless. The crew switched to low light. No engines, no radio, just sails, like the old days. The villagers grew anxious. Then came a strange sound, like a song, but not human. Lena heard it from her cabin and followed it barefoot up to the upper deck. There, in the silver mist, she found Kai standing alone at the prow. He was humming, or answering something. A call. Do you hear it too? She asked softly. Kai didn't turn. I always do. That's why I built this. He turned then, eyes heavy. I made this ship not to escape the world, he said. But to return to something we lost. Something buried. This isn't just a voyage. It's a reckoning. She frowned. With what? He looked toward the water. with the truth. About me. About my father. About what sank beneath the waves that never should have. The next day, a new section of the ship opened. A vault room. In it were items no one had seen before. Old logbooks, carved tokens, navigational stones, pieces of wreckage. At the center, a journal bound in whale leather. Kai handed it to Lena. It belonged to my father, he said. He died at sea, but not like the stories say. He was silenced. And this ship, this voyage, it's about finishing what he began. What did he begin? Kai's answer was quiet. He tried to show the world that the ocean remembers everything. That night, Lena sat alone with the journal, reading by moonlight. The final page read, "Greater than, one day, someone will rise who is not loud, not proud, but clear. They will carry the story forward. Not to win, but to remember." And Lena knew, this was no longer just a story about love. It was a story about legacy. And she was now part of it.